with a link. Let's check it out. And then we'll discuss it on the other side.
Confidence also comes from confidence. Nothing builds confidence more than confidence. You're actually good at something. If you know how to swim in the pool, would you be scared? No, because you know you could swim. If you know how to cook a meal, if someone gives you an ingredient, you can cook a meal, you'll be very, very confident, right? You know how to build something, or you know how to build something. Wouldn't you be more confident because you know how to do it? You're competent at it, so you feel confident about it. Competence is how good you're at something. Confidence is how good you think you're at something. Think about learning a new language. So let's say you want to learn a new language. You're going to a foreign country. You've never learned the language before. You've never spoken that language. So let's say you're dropped into a new country. How confident would you be to communicate with other people? A language you don't speak, a country you've never been to. Yeah, no confidence at all. Like I don't even know how to communicate. I don't know the language. So let's say you speak English. I drop you in, Korea or China. You cannot even read the words. Right? Someone on the other side, someone from China, let's drop them in Russia. How confident would you be in speaking the language? No clue. So if you have no confidence speaking a language, if you want to have more confidence, what's the first thing you got to do? If you want to speak a new language, if you want to have more confidence communicating with people in that language, where would you start? You start by listening. Yeah, maybe listening, what it means, yes. Right? Would you start with also some basic words, right? Some basic greetings, maybe perhaps, right? How do you say hello? How do you say how much is this, right? Some basic things, and then you start using it, and then it builds a little bit of confidence, right? Learn some basic words, how to pronounce the word, right? And as you do more and more, and that builds your confidence. So practice creates confidence, and confidence comes from competence. By practicing the new language, would you gain more confidence? Yes or no? Even you didn't know it before, but now you're practicing it, that gives you more confidence. It's the same with everything. Doesn't matter what goal that you have. Doesn't matter. Think about anything that you're not good at right now. You could practice and get more confidence. Anything that you want to get good at happens. So each time you practice these skills, it is an action of confidence and an act of relying on yourself. Each time you practice. And once you have taken action over and over, now you have the skills to get the results that you want, then you'll naturally be more confident. Confident actions produce confident thinking. Act as if. It's about action, not acting. And we don't lack confidence in everything. We lack confidence in specific activities with specific areas of our life. So think about the things that you're not good at. For all of us, in something we are good at with something else. Yes, right? We may not be good with swimming, but maybe we're very good with golf. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a sport, it could be a hobby, something that you're very confident, you have a lot of confidence in. Now, here's a question. The things that you have a lot of confidence in, did you just do that one time? Did you just practice one time? Did you just learn it in one day? Or you've done it many times? Just think about in anything in life that you have confidence in. Every single one of those areas, you spend a tremendous of time practicing that thing. That's why you have the confidence. And the things that you don't have confidence in, guess what? Guess how much time you spend on it? Very little. Just do a comparison. Just do the things you're very good at, how many hours, how many months, how many years. The things you're not good at, how many hours, how many years, how many months. Just do that comparison. It's very obvious, isn't it? Like why you have confidence in this one thing, in this one area, and no confidence in this area. Right? And the more confidence you have with something, chances are you've been doing it for a long fucking time. It's like you've been doing this, you're playing this instrument, playing this sport for how many years? Maybe since childhood. This is strictly effort. That's it. It's strictly just effort. And in this particular key. Because by doing more, you cannot help but have more confidence. Because you know what you've done. You know the effort that you put in. Make sense? You know. Your mind knows. So you know, and then the better you're at it, the people will tell you that you're good at it. Your surroundings would demonstrate, would prove to you that you're good at it, and then you feel like I'm good at it, and then you get better at it, and it becomes a very positive, very powerful cycle. Very powerful cycle. So when we can do something well, we're likely to feel more confident. Isn't this obvious? Isn't this common sense? So we don't need to feel bad about something. Oh, I'm not good with this. How come I'm not good with this? How come we're beating ourselves up? You don't need to beat yourself up. Just compare the time. Just compare the time. Pick one thing in life that you're very good at. How many hours, how many years? Just compare to anything else you want to develop, any new skill you want to develop. Just compare. You will see probably it's a fraction, a tiny percentage compared to what you're very, very good at. And once you start doing some things, confidence, once that scares, something that scares you, your confidence increases. And once you practice, you build skills. And once you see progress, you get more confident. So you don't have enough confidence, you practice, you get better. You get some results, gives you more confidence. Get results, gives you more confidence. You practice some more, you're more likely to practice because you're getting good at something. This is why do you see why the small win is so critical? You're acknowledging yourself. I cannot do this. Oh, it's a small win. Maybe I could. Maybe it's not so bad after all. Another win. Well, I guess, could that be a fluke? Maybe it's a fluke. Let me do the next one. Oh, okay, I guess maybe I could do this. Well, actually, maybe I'm pretty good at this. Another win. Other people say I'm pretty good at it. Well, I think I'm actually like quite gifted in this. You forgot this journey, right? And then people will tell you, you are a natural. And then your reply is the same, give me a break. No, look at how many hours I put into this. Nothing gifted about this at all. Trust me. Nothing about this is gifted. It's just effort. And then you get more confidence, and then this is now, instead of a downward spiral, it's an upward spiral. That's what you want. We want to build a momentum. More confidence, more confidence, more confidence, more confidence. Upward spiral.
Yeah, this whole prompt reminds me of the Gavi quote that says, "If you haven't confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. With confidence, you have won even before you have started." Now, I always try to keep that in mind. Kevin Carre, you saw that video. You see the prompt, how to be confident in any situation. What do you say?
Yeah, I can say from experience and from my own personal life. When I was young, I was always had anxiety issues. I was depressed. When you're a child, it goes from oh my god, I gotta learn how to button my shirt, but I don't know how to do it. I got to depend on my parents. But over time, you see how they do it. They teach you, and then after a while, you're like, oh, this isn't hard at all. But as I said, over time, as I got older and older, I started getting and more confident in life. I learned about psychology. I didn't know what it was called, but I knew how to deal with people, how to talk to them. Not to hurt certain people's feelings, and keep moving. But as you get older, the better at things you get. Like for me, my profession in photography, I've been doing this over almost 30 years. So it's like for me, it's nothing. You can put me in any situation, I'll get the job done. But I'll yield the mic.
Yeah, it also reminds me too, something you said, Kevin Curry, reminds me that if you're a parent and you don't have confidence, you tend to breed kids who don't have confidence either. That's a big problem that we have in our society. Let me go to the forecast. The forecast, what say you to this?
Well, okay, I say this because like the brother just said, yo, I had to deal with it too. You know what I'm saying? I still say I have anxiety in certain situations. I mean, I not so much I mean, I don't have no fear of no person, you know what I'm saying? But like when I was young, yeah, I literally went out and like, yo, like to speak to somebody, you know what I'm saying? I just spoke to everybody that I saw, you know what I'm saying? Then you realize people aren't so, you know what I'm saying, different. And then you got to realize that you're like human. You're not going to be confident in every situation, but the point is you just do it or you don't. It is or it is not, you know what I'm saying? Of course, like, like everybody going to say you got to is with habits and stuff like that. But I go left field. They be like, yo, the only real prayer is one of gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Just realizing that, yo, everything that already was, it already is. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that happens is already natural. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes you just gotta close your eyes and jump off the bridge. You know what I'm saying? And just go in. And then like, yo, and also realize everybody else is a human too. So like, yo, they're going through the same things that you're going through. Like, yo, it takes me like, yo, like because like, yo, I did so much studying in like the history, especially like the last 400 years. I realized when people say certain things about history, you know what I'm saying, they just say the event, but they don't talk about what comes before it, what comes after it. Like, yo, so it helped me build confidence in that particular area. But then there's other areas where I'm not as confident. But yo, you can transfer that, because I know that at this age now, like, yo, what is the worst that could happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can try my best. And even in failure, that's where the best lessons is. If you're not, you know what I'm saying, in a cult or whatever, you can fail and then learn your lesson and then succeed. So, I passed the mic.
Oh no, I appreciate that somewhat of a testimony as well. I appreciate that forecast. Um, Jay, what say you to this concept of confidence and being confident in any situation?
Well, maybe I have a bit of a contradictive story
Okay,
or,
go ahead.
or life experience, but I want to name the name Maslow in his pyramid or his layers. I forgot
His
how.
hierarchy, yeah.
Yes, I forgot how he called it, but confidence is somewhere in there, and to push through or to climb into your self confidence, and I believe he mentions that acknowledgement from outside feeds your confidence, right? And we us black folks, and not only in white society, but maybe especially in our own environment, we get we get cut off, right? You when you're doing well at school or whatever, you're trying to sound white, or you're trying to be white. And I used to be contrary to Kevin. I used to be very confident, or maybe even naive. I rather call it naive instead of confident. I was naive of the traps, and the mind state of our own people. My black friends used to joke around me, or maybe not so joke. Maybe I used to be that boy. I didn't behave black, right? I listened to I don't I did not only listen to black music. I also listened to rock. Eventually, I became the scratching DJ in a rap rock band, and those type of stuff. And my black friends used to criticize me for that, right? And yeah, I've done some yeah, quote unquote epic things for us blacks, but yeah, my own people want to minimize that. So my life is rather the other way around. I started confident, right? Or naive, like I was good at things and I offered it to our people. And right now I'm so insecure as fuck. I can do so many things, but I don't, I hold it back. uh I hold it back to not hurt to not hurt people, or whatever. I don't know. I can't describe what is happening, but I'm so insecure. I've become so insecure because of the insecurity among my people. I don't. Yeah, I just I, I'm looking for words to describe it or to explain it, but yeah, I started. That's why I call it naive and not secure. Naive. I started naive, and now I'm so aware about uh, our hurt people. You know. And anyway, I pass the mic.
All right, Jay. Before I go to the next panelist, let me just say to the chat, you guys could answer that question as well. How do y'all feel about confidence and being confident in any situation? Let's hear, just like you guys are hearing from the panelists, let's hear from you guys in the chat as well. Um, let's go to Oni. Oni, what say you to all of this? You're muted if you're, yeah.
I think Kim Jong Un, gives some good advice. No, I'm just joking. Confidence versus confidence. I mean, yeah, it seemed like what you were saying was pretty reasonable, but it is a question of how to translate that to the areas of your life where you can't necessarily gain confidence per se, you know, but yeah, confidence and confidence. I think it's a good correlation. Um, I mean, obviously, it's not like a one to one, but the guy himself was confident, so you can't knock him for that. Um, and yeah, I think that it's like what you said about Marcus Garvey's quote. What you have right there, it's like you having that confidence in yourself, you're twice defeated. Like realistically, confidence is something we just have to develop. And as far as it comes with us, and in fact, I could actually probably relate it to the conversation from yesterday, as well as what Forecast was saying about tools versus allies. And it really comes to kind of like Mr. Untouchable was saying, hey, look, what if we need some confidence from other people? You know, and Forecast was saying, yeah, you can use them to increase your confidence, but we have to be confident that we can be without them in a sense, And that's the thing that we're not giving. We're not like we one of the issues is that whereas we do need to increase our confidence, we also have to be confident that we can run ourselves. One of the videos I don't know. So somebody could find it. That was really good, but I think there was like an interview. I think it was in Kenya, in fact, right, where they were asking people before independence, like, should we have independence right now, or should the British go slowly? And a lot of people were saying, hey, get out right now, Oh, but a lot of other people were saying, no, it's not, we're not ready yet, And like realistically, that's the confidence thing, Like a lot of us weren't confident, and for what it's worth, a lot of us aren't confident, you know. And so I think with this Kim Jong, actually, I shouldn't say that. But I think what he needs, like I think what he's saying is has some validity, and we really should explore that when we discuss this African nationalism as a word,
I have I'm going to ask a follow up question after I get through everyone about does black culture shit on confidence? I'm gonna phrase it a little bit better after I get through everyone, but there is that question: do we have a cultural thing that creates this thing where because I personally believe a lot of our elders or elders, however you want to look at them, they kind of breed a lack of confidence in youth through certain actions, but we'll get to that in a second. Uh, Let me hear from Mr. Untouchable. Let me switch it up. Mr. Untouchable, what say you?
No, I could get into a story about me being not confident as far as playing music, playing the guitar, and we initially starting out playing the guitar, not being confident, but through practice, you develop a level of competence, so you're more confident to play music around people and certain things like that. But I want to I want to just divert that issue for a second to towards what we kind of asking for in a very, I don't know where that music is coming from, in a very general situation. Someone mic is going on.
I muted it. Yeah, that's when
Okay.
he sound like he laying in a waterbed listening
Yeah,
to.
yeah, he's into something else. But in a very general way, our people are asking for money. You know, because we feel like we suffer from a financial deficit, and I feel like one of the ways for us to be more confident is to develop a certain level of competence. You know what I mean? I feel like you want money, you know what I mean? You need to study money. You need to go into a money classroom, read books on money, find out what wealthy people say about money. You know what I mean? Go into money courses, not necessarily specific money, but the money vehicle courses. You need to study these things and understand these things chapter and verse and verbatim. And I think that with doing that, you're going to develop a certain degree of confidence to be able to attain more. You know what I mean? Because that's how I feel like when I hear these general panels, you know, the deficit is money, economics, money, economics. I feel like these are the things that we need to investigate and put our time in and develop a certain degree of competence in. So when we walk through the world, we understand money to a degree that we are confident within ourselves that if we was to get $1 million or even $20, we would know what to do with it, where to put it, and the vehicle it need to be placed in to get it from point A to point B. Because, like I say, when I hear these a lot of panels, I feel like this is the general issue that I hear always come up: money and economics. You know, this is the deficit, and I feel like our people should invest more time in understanding money to become competent to a level of. Because if we was to just get most of our people was to just get money, you know, from the position of where we at right now, what would we do with it? We just give it right back to the people. You know what I mean? Give it right back to the corporations who may give it to us for whatever reason. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like we should need to develop a level of competence so we can walk through the world confidently. But I do believe that we should invest time in developing a degree of competence so we could be able to do these kinds of things. But I just wanted to divert, you know, into the general from the specific as far as I'm concerned. But that's what I have with that particular prompt.
I appreciate that, Mr. Untouchable. Tanzan, let's hear your perspective. I'm very interested to hear a black woman's perspective on confidence and competence. Can you speak to that? Tan, you're muted if you're speaking. Maybe Tanzan stepped out. So let me go back around with this question. When you guys consider our culture, right? Be it, you know, Black equals African culture, be it Caribbean, North American, continental, what have you. Um, don't you guys think, or don't you think that there's some off component in our culture that kind of breeds a lack of confidence as well in children? It's a free fall. Anyone can answer.
I'll answer it. Look at the programming from when you were young, grew up in society. You know, Julius spoke about this. You know, your podcast ago with GI Joe. You know, who are the heroes? These blonde haired, blue eyed men. That's if they come to all these non-white countries to save the world, but you know that's who you go. That's who you go to. You know, then you as it gets worse as you progress, you become a teen. What do a lot of teenage girls look at back when we were younger? Gen X, those magazines. You know, no, they're comparing themselves to these white airbrushed women. Those are not natural women. Those are airbrushed women. But that's what happens. But after a while, from when you're young, but by the time you're adult, you're gonna start second guessing yourself on everything you do. You're gonna say, "Oh, I'm not good looking enough. I'm not built enough. I'm not smart enough." When deep down you really are. That's why. But the moral is, we got to get these youth when they're young.
I feel you on that, Kare.
I think that confidence within our groups is a very dangerous idea. You know, because first
Yep.
of all, you know, from other groups of people, you don't want to be seen as a so-called uppity nigger. That's what it is called, uppity nigger. And within our own ranks, you don't want to be seen as, oh, you sound white, you know what I mean, or you think that you better than us. You know, these ideas of inferiority that pokes their nasty heads out. So I think that sometimes these things could be confidence within our community is a very dangerous thing, man. But you still must have it anyways, and fight against the freight. But maybe this liquor kicking in right now, so I'll yield the mic.
Go ahead, Jay. Jay.
Yes, Mr. Untouchable. Yeah, that's what I tried to say earlier. Garvey is the way mentioned the very short word ego. If you're left without confidence, but you still want to make a point, it's most of the time it's ego talking, and when you're confident, even unknowingly confident, like I try to explain it as naive, then you bump into a lot of egos. I used to have it's when you're competent in something, you want to offer it to your people, right? Or you offer yourself to your people. Hey, I'm good at this. Let's if you need it, or or you are somewhere where they need what you are competent in, and you offer yourself. It's immediately it's like, oh, what are you trying to explain? So now you're explaining, right? So now you're explaining, who do you think you are? It's that kind of environment in a lot of times in our communities. And in my case, actually my whole life I've been trying to prove to my mother that I am competent, right? So after my 40th, I discovered that it's way worse than ego, right? It's a personality disorder, covert narcissism, and I'm the narcissistic supply. So eventually it's my mother that succeeded in breaking me, even after my 40th. So I'm still recuperating from a very long depression, for realizing that the one that I did it for was actually my enemy. Uh, that actually she was most hurt by my competence. I believe we really have to, and I think, or I hope, it's one of the topics for tonight, is the psychopath, or the antisocial behavior. It's rampant. It's rampant in our community. So there's elements / people that fight competent elements, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, I can't wait to arrive at that topic.
Yes, sir. That topic is in the second half of the show tonight. We'll get to that. By the way, if you guys who are listening, if you feel that there's a conversation that you'd like to hear us discuss on Shoot the Breeze, click the link in the description for the Discord. It's also pinned at the top of the chat. Join the Discord. Send me a DM. Let me know that you came in from the show, and I'll give you a role so that you could have access to everything on there. And there's a channel where you could post your topics. This is how Jay knows that there's potentially a certain topic tonight, because I saw him on that channel commenting. So, if you want to hear something in particular discussed, join the Discord, DM me for a role. Once you get the role, go down to the channel that has Shoot the Breeze topics, and post all your topics that you'd like to hear discussed. Does anyone else want to chime in on that follow-up question?
Yeah, I'll say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, so yo, just to JB real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like, to your point, because I get what you're saying. That's definitely a topic that we need to have. But on the same token, right, we do have to realize, like, for every like narcissist, there would be a codependent. You know what I'm saying? And you can't expect the codependent to change. Only the narcissist could, or you can't expect the narcissist to change. Only the codependent can change. And like, yo, one thing I learned, like, sometimes at the very bottom, you can find confidence on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I hate to be the one to say it like this for us, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 34. So if you're older than me, you're already done. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's like we can't expect to achieve our end goals, you know what I'm saying, of self-autonomy and all of that stuff. But the thing that we have to realize is, and what could give us confidence is like, yo, for every generation, the next generation has a fresh opportunity to do that. So if we can just not pass our traumas down and get past just one step. We trying to go for the end goal. That's why we like, oh, well, that seems impossible. It's not worry about the end goal. It's worrying about the next one. You know what I'm saying? We got get over the arguing about the same thing we've been arguing about 100 years. If we can do that, then you know what I'm saying, we're putting our next generation in an even better situation. And just real quick, like you know, speaking of like as a tool, you know what I'm saying? Earlier today, I was listening to this book, How to Outwit the Devil, and it was written by one of them racist white boys in the 1920s. The dude, one of them, Napoleon Hill, one of them, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing, like you use it, but where I am now, like you can be whatever you want to be. Like I know that you can be any, like when they be like, yo, a kid can be whatever they want to be, that is true. But what they don't tell you is that a sacrifice that it takes to be that thing that you want to be, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have to sacrifice whatever
Yes,
for it
sir.
to be that.
Yes,
And they
sir.
don't tell you that part of it, you know what I'm saying? But you can be, you know what I'm saying? But knowing that you can be anything will give you confidence in itself, you know what I'm saying? But I would say to anybody, decide whatever it is that you want. If you feel like something, and just go by like, yo, we really need this. I really wish it was this, and put all of your energy into it, and it will come true. But like I said, it's a sacrifice that you got to date. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? You know what I'm saying? And I'll pass the mic.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate everything you said just now. In the chat, Janelle says, "Good evening, everyone." You all say, "What's up to Janelle?" Marcus Garvey is the way said, "Ego more than confidence is what reigns in our society." Rico Cooper Photography is here with us tonight, saying, "Peace, family." Right? Um, you know what? Let's go to Shoot the Breeze topic number 5. If there's no last words there, I guess Tan slipped off, but um, hopefully we'll hear from her again before the night is over.